Okay, and we get some fresh dill and even a little bit of cilantro here from my herb tower. Hey everyone, how you doing? This is Brent in Central Arkansas, and today is a very special day for me. It's Memorial Day, and it's a time to remember all those military folks who have given their lives over the hundreds of years of our country. It's a sad day. It's a day to remember them. It's a day to remember the families of those who have lost theirs in military conflict, and it's also a day of appreciation. They gave their ultimate sacrifice. They gave their lives in service of their country, which allows us to do pretty much anything we want. We have a great country. So I'd like to take a little bit of time and say thank you to all the families who have ever lost someone in a conflict or war. Okay guys, we're going to do some pickling straight out of the garden. I've gotten the beets. You saw the beet harvest. If you haven't, take a look at that video. I've got two different types of mild spiced pepper. They include the Mariachi and the Flaming Flare. Some of the Flaming Flare are green. None of the Mariachi are red yet. They're taking their sweet time reddening up. But we're going to pickle those. I've got some fresh dill that I just picked. And some onions from the onion towers. They're a little immature, but I didn't have any onions, so I had to pick them. And I may or may not do the squash. I'm not sure yet. So let's get to cooking some beets first. They have to be cooked. Okay, we're going to boil the beets for at least 15 minutes and take the small ones out. You can see there the timer counting down. And then we'll let the bigger ones cook longer. And the bigger they are, the more I'll let those cook. Because we want the beets more or less soft. Well, not soft, but you know, not hard as a rock either before we pickle them. I decided to do some green tomatoes the same way as the beets. Also finally cut up some onion for the pickling process as well. In this pot I've got 3 cups of white distilled vinegar, 1.5 cups of white sugar, 1 tablespoon of pickling spice. Excuse me. I use this one. And this, excuse me, dang. And this stuff smells awesome. You open that bag and you take a big whiff of that. Oh man, it smells so good, all them spices. So I'm gonna, and 1 tablespoon of kosher salt. So I'll bring that to a boil. Let it boil for, I don't know, about 5 minutes or so. Let the ingredients meld together. Next I need to peel the beets, and you can see here the skin comes off really easily. So I'll do that, slice them up and put them in some jars. Just a note of caution, when you handle beets, I'm told that they can really stain your fingers. So I'm using some Nerdle gloves, and that's how I'm going to prepare them. I'll put them back in the jars and I'll bring you back. Honestly, officer, it wasn't me. Oh, see, this is why you wear the gloves. I've got a nice plate of cut up beets ready to go into jars. Okay, this is it for the bread and butter spice. I've got some onion. I've got green tomatoes. These are San Marzano Redortas. A couple small cucumbers and beets. And I'm going to put them in them jars there. Yeah, they're jarred up. Beets, these two. Yellow squash. I had a little bit left over of green San Marzano tomatoes, so I put them in the bottom there, and the rest is squash and green tomatoes with a little bit of cucumber in this one. So we're pickling all kinds of stuff here today. I've got my food saver here, and I've got the first jar. It is cleaned. and it's got 1 inch of headspace. And I'm told that this part really isn't necessary, but you had to leave it in the refrigerator a good bit longer. So I've got a Food Saver mason jar sealer, and supposedly you just put it on just like that without the band. Put it in just like that. I'm doing it for the first time as I'm filming. Turn it on, and I guess accessory is what we want. Will last, so I'll bring you back. It didn't take long. I just removed the hose, let out a little hiss, and then just pulled this top off, and it is sealed down. So that's it. I'll put the band on there for extra measure now. Let them cool down for a few hours and stick them in the fridge. And there they are, guys, all done, all sealed. Pretty and stacked just for YouTube, guys. It's Brent. See you later. And now for the peppers. What I've got here is equal parts vinegar and water. In this case, 6 cups vinegar and 6 cups water. 2 tablespoons of pickling spice. 2 tablespoons of salt and 1 tablespoon of sugar. I'm going to let that come to a light boil. Simmer for a few minutes and then take it off and let it cool completely. Peppers have been rinsed off. Put a healthy amount of fresh dill in the bottom. Some of this dill already has seeds, and that's a good thing. You're going to take the peppers and cut off almost all the stem and slice through the middle of the pepper. I want to take this moment just to let you know that I am not an expert at this. This is just what I'm doing based on research, and I don't even know how they're going to turn out, so follow my recipe at your own risk. This is just a mixture of many different ones I read about online. Okay, so now we're going to cut slits in all of them and pack the jars with peppers. Well, that's a pretty good guess. I got 3 jars with just a few left over, little ones. Well, I'm an impatient man and I've got other things to do. So I put some ice water around it and I'm cooling it down quickly. The reason why I'm doing it this way is I'm going to pour colder liquid on top of the peppers because I don't want the peppers to cook at all. I want them to be absolutely as crunchy as possible. I wanted to show you what this looks like when it's vacuuming. Pulling that air out. I'm going to shake it and do it another time. Just wanted to show you what I'm using. That's the lid sealer with the Food Saver vacuum sealer. Mine has the attachment already on there for vacuuming it down. Another pretty picture for you guys, all finished up. I'm going to leave these out for 3 days before I put them in the refrigerator. I am not sure if they will do some safe fermenting or not. Being that they're vacuum sealed, but we're going to give it a shot anyway. See if we can get some of that fermented taste.